Hello and welcome to my first review ever of anything. Seriously. I'm going to be talking about the Samsung Galaxy Tab S4. Now, before I start, I want to point out that I'm not an expert in Android products. I'm not an expert in Apple products. I'm not an expert in anything that has to do with technology. I'm just a regular person that is doing a personal review of my personal experience with this tablet, and I wanted to point out 6 things that you should know before you decide to buy this particular product. So now, point number 1 is the physical keyboard. Now, this whole thing started when I was in a shop in Italy. I was still thinking about which tablet is best for me, right? I used to have the old Samsung Galaxy Tab 2, and that was great. But then I was like, maybe I should get the iPad Pro, maybe I should get the Samsung Galaxy Tab S4, maybe I should get the Surface. I don't know, I was still undecided. But when I walked into the shop, there was this offer of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S4 that was 20% discount, plus if you get it in the next 3 days, you would have the keyboard sent to you for free. No, it was like, Jesus, I really need to get this. What if I actually decide to get the Samsung Tab at the end? Then I'm going to have to pay the full price, and I'm going to have to pay for the keyboard as well. I'm like, oh my God, I enter in panic, and I'm like, all right, fine, I'll get it. And I got it. I bought it. And this is 3 months later, what I think until now about this tablet. Right, so the physical keyboard is my first point. Why? Because if it happens to, I am a Spanish speaker, but I like to read and write in English. And I happened to buy this tablet in Italy. Kind of confusing. So I got the Italian version of the keyboard, right? And the Italian version of the keyboard, the layout is different of the English one or the American one. So the keys are not in the same place. For example, if you press like interrogation sign, it would come something else because the layout is completely different. So you need to change it. So you're going to input language, English, physical keyboard, and under English language, you would select the default keyboard that you want. In that case, I have chosen the Italian one. Grant, took me 5 minutes to sort it out. No problem. Right, so now, every time I turned my tablet off and then back on, it would forget that I select the Italian keyboard default. Sorry, the Italian keyboard. And it would come back to the default, which is the English one, because the language I chosen is English. So I would have to do it all again. 2 seconds, I'll do it, no problem. It's only a problem if you have to turn off your device oftenly. Now, why would you do that? No one turns, like why would you turn off your tablet every day, for example? Point number 2. There is a problem that I happen to have with this tablet, Samsung Galaxy Tab S4 64 gigabytes. Now, when I'm watching a movie on Netflix, on Amazon Prime Video, on Sky, sometimes the video and the audio unsynchronize. So you've seen someone moving his lips, and 2 seconds later, you hear the audio. So you can't really watch a movie like that. So my first idea was I turn it off and turn it back on, and it got fixed. But then this is happening every day, every 2 days, or every now and then it happens. Even in the same days, it happens a couple times. I don't know why it's happened. I looked into it. No one gave me any answer of what I could do besides clearing the cache or whatever you call it. So, but even though like the fact that you have to do it every now and then is like kind of annoying. So you have to turn off your tablet every now and then to fix the audio. And besides that, you have to reconfigure your keyboard. It's starting to become a little bit annoying, especially for a tablet that cost me 600 euros. Now, point number 3, it's for some reason the latest tablets that came out in the market that are that came with the Google Home already installed have this problem with the Google Assistant. What problem, you say? What problem? If you give them the command, the voice command of calling someone, call my mom, it would reply to you, sorry, I can't make calls yet. And you're like, what? But if you try to call manually, it would work. Just like the Google Assistant won't do it for you. It says it can't do it, but you can call. So it's kind of weird. So I look into it. I enable Google. I enable Google again. Like I uninstall, reinstall, sign up, sign in. Nothing fixed it. Now it's a little problem because you're going to say, why are you so lazy? Just press the button, call. Why you have to, if you pay fair money for a tablet, you would expect to work as it should. Not just some things work, some things not. No, you expect it to work as it should. The oldest version of this tablet could call by Google Assistant. I don't understand why the newer can't do it. Now, Samsung says a problem that Google has. It's not their fault, it's Google's fault, right? But Samsung Android has Google as a default assistant. Actually, you can't even install it. You can only enable it. So, fuck me, it's Samsung's problem. You're the one that decides to be with Google, so unless you give me another option, it's your fault too. Right, passing to point number 4. Most of the writing, like the apps that you use for writing, right? You'll think this is a tablet that was built to get the job done, to maybe exchange it for a laptop. Maybe you can use this instead of a laptop. No, you can. And there's many reasons for that, but main reason, still a tablet, and just little things like the default apps that come with the products, like Samsung Notes. If you use a physical keyboard, it won't correct your misspelling. Do you know what I mean? Like you misspell something, what you're writing, and you will keep writing because there is not red line underneath that tells you this is not spelled like this, stupid. I'm Spanish speaker. I normally forget H's that you guys put in the middle of every word. Like I do it very oftenly, and to be fair, even English speaker make a lot of mistakes while writing. So I find it like a normal thing that your tablet tells you when you misspell something, but you don't get that in most of the apps of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S4. Now you do get in some apps, but you'll have to look into it. You get it on Facebook, for example, but you don't care about your misspellings on Facebook, for example. You get it in like Gmail, but yeah, I normally write my emails into a note page beforehand, and then I copy and paste it. And when you copy and paste and you're seeing all these misspelled things, you're like, oh shit. So you start to fix it because you can't do anything else. To write a story if you want to, you can't use Samsung Note unless you're like 100 confident about your grammar, which not everyone is. So point number 5, and I already mentioned this is a tablet that is too expensive. And I wouldn't mind paying the full price for it. I wouldn't mind paying 700 euros for it. But if it gets every single of these jobs done, if it gets what I expected when I got it, everything done properly without these little problems, these little things that annoy you. So that's that. For me, like if I could go back into the past and I find myself back in that shop, and this guy comes and say, oh, there is a special offer for the Samsung Galaxy Tab S4 and you get the free keyboard and all that, I'll be like, no. And I'll just keep walking and avoid it. I wouldn't get it. Because for what you pay and the job that get done, I'll prefer the older generation, which it didn't get that much done, but then again, it's an older generation, you pay much less for it, and what it has to get done, it does it. So, difference. You need to put a balance into it. Now, final point number 6 is that maybe you guys can help me out with this one, because I'm having a headache and I haven't looked into it so much, but it's the notifications, right? So there's something about the Samsung that keeps sending you notifications that you don't want to see. Fair enough. If you download a new app, karaoke, whatever, and then you keep getting these notifications every 5 minutes that says, come and sing with us. And then you have to, fair enough. You go into settings, you go into notifications, and you just block them. You block all of the notifications you don't want to hear from, and you just leave the one that you want, the important ones for you. But you can't do that with notifications straight from Samsung, right? Like, can't synchronize data because Samsung Cloud is too full, or physical keyboard ready to use, They keep coming every 5 minutes. And if you have your tablet in the full volume, you would get hell no. Then say you go to sleep, you sleep with your tablet next to your bed, you put the volume down as much as you can, actually silence, but you left the vibration, you'll be like, so yeah, you can still enable the vibration and just leave it on completely silence, and then the next day you put it back. But I find it easier to turn it off. When I feel that it's bothering me, I have a very light sleep. Like, I can't even sleep with the door open because the wind moves and this little bothers me. So imagine vibration that's coming right next to my bed. No, I turn it off and then I turn it back on. And then there is, again, same story. Set up your keyboard, set up this, set up that. It's just too much. Now, again, not an expert. Probably most of these problems can be solved, except for the price problem. But every other point probably can be solved. But then again, I expect this tablet to be easy to use for everyone, not just for Android experts or people that, work a lot with technology. I expect this tablet to be used and enjoyed for a regular person, someone that's a bit ignorant in this kind of things like me. So that's what I think, and that's my personal review. And that's it. Let me know what you think, and thank you for watching.